up, ladies, gents, boys and girls, and everybody who's watching this episode? I am glad to be seeing you guys, hearing from you guys, have you guys watch me and listen to me. You know, today is going to be a great one. Excuse me, 1 second. Can't have that happen. You guys are just going to be hearing that thing all day, except for me, and we don't need that. But let's go, guys. Let's go. We're amped up for today. I guess I'm just a little excited to be recording. I love to do what I do. I love recording. I enjoy speaking to you guys. Some of you guys probably don't care whether or not I talk. I probably don't want to listen. But I don't care. I'm going to be here talking and hoping that you guys are ready to listen. Alright? So today's topic is going to be a good one, I'm hoping. I'm hitting a different side of my audience, the gamers, the nerds, the people like me. Okay? Today's topic is about Pokemon. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, Pokemon really? All things? Why is he going there? And I'm going to give you a quick summary as to why I chose that topic. Now, people think Pokemon is just what it is, just a TV show or just a little card game that people play. I'm here to remind you, it's not that simple. Okay? It's a lot more, in depth than you may realize. Pokemon Go has become, or not even Pokemon Go in general, but Pokemon has become quite interesting for the last couple months. It's been on the topics of a lot of people's radars. And for those who don't understand why, I'm here to tell you. Now, Pokemon, the show, great show, lovely show, continuously having a different franchise. The main character, Ash, never seems to age, even though the show's been going on for like 30 plus years. He still remains, I think, a 12-year-old boy. Ridiculous to me. I feel like he doesn't age, he doesn't change. All thing that changes is the crew or the people that's around him. But if those people who know OG Pokemon, you understand the hype. Alright guys, I am very, very sorry. Camera died. Not much I could have done there. So yeah. Let's get back on track of where I last left off. Okay? Yes. I was on the topic of Pokemon and how Pokemon has become ridiculous in the past couple months. Now, for all those people who do know about Pokemon, you know Pokemon for the great show that it was. You know it for it being something that people enjoyed to watch on the weekends. You grew up playing some of the games. You just grew up enjoying the Pokemon fandom. Now, Pokemon has become, in my head, ridiculously crazy. If you don't know anything about Pokemon, I feel like you've been sleeping under a rock. You're just not alert. You're not part of this. You're not part of what's happening on this side of the world. Which I think is crazy because how could you not know anything about it? So, let me fill you in. Pokemon, specifically the card game, has gone insane. It went from being something people played, they held competitions for, that people actually were real serious about playing the physical card game. Now, it's all about being a collector. Collecting each Pokemon card. Having the best Pokemon card out there. The one that's worth the most money. And I don't know if you guys know, but I'm not talking about a couple $100 or maybe even $1,000. No. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards. And sometimes you might have one card that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars because it's so limited that not even 100 people have it. You know what I mean? It's that rare that it's so small, so low that you might have it. It's ridiculously crazy, especially when you thought these were Pokemon packs, right? These packs used to go for I would say $3 to $4 before. These packs have skyrocketed to where one single pack costing about $11, sometimes 12, maybe even more depending where you get it from. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I have not partaken in such events. I am a collector, but I have also played the game, and I've also played the mobile game, and I've also watched the show. So I'm deep in the dive of Pokemon. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people are. Some people they aren't. They're just there to just follow the hype and the trends and the fact that if they get a specific card, they're gonna make a lot of money. Now, I myself have pulled. I pulled some good cards. I'm not gonna say I pulled hundreds of thousands of words, but I pulled some that are worth a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000, depending on like the grading scale and all this other stuff. I've had my fair share of luck. Now, of course, I don't do it for the money. I do it for the fact that I enjoy Pokemon and the card collecting of it all. I'm a big fan. I enjoy the whole everything around Pokemon and what it has become. I think it's cool that it's like becoming popular once again. Like people are now, I guess, collecting the game. People are playing Pokemon Go. People are probably even watching the shows, the movies, just as a rekindle or like how do I say, like a rewinding back to their youth. I'm all for it. I just think the whole propaganda behind you have to spend hundreds of dollars to possibly get this card that might be worth $100. I think it's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I like to open a pack here or there just to see if I get lucky, but I'm not dropping hundreds and hundreds of dollars buying booster box to not even be guaranteed at nothing. That's whoa. That's insane. And mind you, I've seen multiple people throughout the web, throughout YouTube, throughout TikTok, throughout all forms of social media, open multiple booster packs, and they say how much they spend: $500 on a box, $40 on a box, $60, a wide range of variety of money on a box to not even make that $1,000 back. Sometimes you end up like worse off if you were to buy something else. If you were to buy individual packs versus a gigantic booster, you probably would have had a better chance in some cases. You know, I just think Pokemon has lost the love of what it was to be, and I'm only saying this because I'm a Pokemon fan. I could care less if I pull something. Of course, it'd be nice if I pull something that's worth a lot of money, but I'm not there for the money aspect. I'm there because this is a card I don't have, especially if it's of my favorite Pokemon, which is Gengar. I'm a big Gengar fan. Love that Pokemon throughout all of time. Number one Pokemon of all time in my eyes. I know as of now that there is a specific Gengar card that's out there that's worth, I don't even know how much, like $1,500 if you have it. $1,500, mind you. If you pull the card, it's worth $1,500. I think, I don't know if it's ungraded or if it's PSA 10. But all I know is Gengar, my favorite Pokemon, $1,500. Now you would think if I pull that card, the thing I should do is probably try to sell it, right? Because that would make sense. This card that you probably spent like $20 on to pull out of packs is worth like, I don't know the math. I'm not even gonna think about the math, but X multiplier more than the original amount. You would think to sell it, but my mind is, I'm here for the love of the game. I'm here for the collecting purposes. That card is gonna sit there in a nice sleeve, a nice plastic, a nice case, and just look nice and beautiful just being displayed. Because that's what collecting the cards I'm thinking are meant to do. Like if you get a good card, you want to collect it, you want to have it in your collection. But it's not like that anymore. A lot of people have become very money hungry. And I get you. In this world, in this time, you gotta find money where you gotta find money. You gotta do what you gotta do. But at the same time, you're spending so much money in hopes of pulling this card that could get you that amount of money. But instead, you could just enjoy the game for the game. You can play the game and be a collector because it's a fun thing to do. That's really what Pokemon is about. Hence the reason why I play Pokemon Go. For all those who don't know or who aren't aware, I have been on a good Pokemon Go, I would say, like binge. As of recently, I've been playing the heck out of Pokemon Go. I have become an all-time like Pokemon Go lover to the point where I'm putting people on the game to say, hey, yeah, download Pokemon Go, play Pokemon Go, play Pokemon Go, because come on, like, we can all play. I do it for the sole purpose of, I feel like it gives me an edge to want to go out and walk and enjoy the scenery just for catching new Pokemon, being that person. Sure, like, people have done before, and, like, sure, people have said before, like, very dangerous game. They don't want you to play when you're driving. They want you to like be aware of the fact that you're supposed to be walking and paying attention to what's around you instead of being on your phone. At the same time, I've put it into test that you could do both. You could pay attention to what's around you while also playing the game. They just haven't. But I think Pokemon has been a real like I wouldn't say it's skyrocketed, but it's definitely back up there in the topics of conversation over the last couple months because of what has came out, because of all the Pokemon cards that have been released, all the new things that are probably going to come out, all the people who are waiting to open up the next pack, the next booster box, all the things. Pokemon has flourished. Now, I myself have a nice little collection. I should bring it, but maybe I'll put a picture of what it looks like in the end. I am a big fan. I have my own box of all the cards that I've collected. I have my own little book that's sleeved up of all my favorite, like my best Pokemon. One of those are a Gengar. It's a Gengar VMAX of a different set. That Pokemon card is worth a couple $100, but I'm not selling it because, as I said before, I just would love the game. I did it because I like Pokemon and I enjoy collecting the cards, as any collector should. But times have changed. The world has become a different place. Pokemon is not the same as it used to be. But I digress. I'm more so, I guess, happier that Pokemon has been talked about, but I'm also very annoyed at the fact that a Pokemon pack is now like $12 for a single pack. Mind you, I'm not getting a whole box. I'm not getting multiple packs. I'm getting one Uno pack. Uno pack is $12. At that point, I might as well be guaranteed a great card. $12 worth. $12, my guy. And what's worse, the cards that you pull in there, if they're not super great, if you were to try and sell all of them back, you're not getting your full $12, man. If anything, you might get a quick 7, so you're still down $5. Depending on the card, depending on the rarity, depending on all the stuff, if they're not centered right, if they're not perfectly like PSA 10, they're not graded correctly, if they're not all the things that someone is looking for, if you try to sell them back or sell them to somebody, you're not even going to get all your money's worth. You're going to be still losing money in the end. And I think that's the risk we take when we play Pokemon. You guys are hoping, which is like, I would love to know how much Pokemon, like, the company has, like, made. I wanted to see a chart of, like, the amount people spend versus the amount that they've won and the correlation. So I know for a fact it's not a good number. I know it's actually crazy how much people have lost versus gained. So it's quite insane. They're just outside. It's okay. I don't know what's happening, but yes, Pokemon is in the limelight. I know some of y'all out here playing Pokemon right now. I know you guys are looking and thinking, he's right, because you've seen it. I kid you not, all the stores around my area don't even have Pokemon packs available anymore because they've sold out. They've gotten to the point where they're like, no, one per customer, one pack per customer, 2 maybe. They've really knocked it down because it's getting out of hand. The frenzy of Pokemon packs have gone to the point where even my job being Staples, I'm selling Pokemon packs. Places that don't ever have Pokemon packs, trying to have Pokemon. My corner store has Pokemon packs. Don't know how authentic they are, but they have Pokemon bags. Like, Pokemon is everywhere because I think everybody also understands the hype around it. People are willing to spend, give you that money in hopes that they get that money back. You know what I mean? It's becoming insane. Okay? Pokemon has shot up in the air and become ridiculous. And I'm just like, what's next? You know, I want to know what's the next box to be released. I want to know what's the next set coming out because it seems like it's never ending. It seems like every month apparently there's gonna be a new box, and the trend is never gonna die. And I'm a fan of it. You know, I want to collect as much as the next person, but I know my pockets are gonna hurt. I know my pockets are gonna be bleeding if I try to open up as many packs as the next person. I don't got that in me. Okay? I still gotta pay for life. Life is still lifing. Pokemon is not gonna be able to, unless I get lucky, that's not gonna save me. But yeah, that has been the topic about the Pokemon specific, like that specifics in terms of the video game. In terms of everything else, Pokemon wise, I don't know what's happening with the show. I've been seeing a lot of Pokemon edits. I'm not gonna hold you. They've been very clean. To all the people who are out here making Pokemon edits, I appreciate you because those are really nice, nicely done. And I think they who are doing it deserve proper, like they deserve a proper accommodation. They deserve a round of applause. They deserve to get paid. So that's realistically to make me want to go watch specific scenes of specific Pokemon series, so I can experience the hype around this edit. Besides that, I don't know if they're coming out with new movies. I don't know what's going on in terms of merchandise. I don't know nothing. But yeah, it's not the most, I would say, not the most exhilarating, but it definitely is. The talk of Pokemon has become up there again, and I'm excited to see what happens. But that has been today's episode. I think it's relatively short. I know. I don't know how much you guys like the super duper long stuff, so I'm experimenting with the shorter episodes just to see what you guys are thinking. If you guys like. Alright guys, I wasn't able to record a little outro, but I want to say thank you and I appreciate you guys for watching. And this has been today's episode. I have been your lovely host, and I appreciate you guys for being here. Peace.